Hi everyone, it's Delphine from the Archer and Olive Ambassador team. Traveler's notebooks, with their slim and portable design, have become more popular over the years, and for good reason. If you've been eyeing one or wondering what you should do with yours, then keep watching this video where I'm going to be sharing 3 different ways to use a traveler's notebook. Before we jump in, I wanted to show you the Traveler's Notebook compared to an A5, and as you can see, they have the same height, but the Traveler's has a smaller width and holds 144 pages instead of a typical 192 for an A5. This makes the Traveler's Notebook more compact and easier to carry around. These 2 notebooks are 2 of my Traveler's Notebooks that I've personally been using recently. I highly recommend you look into all of the beautiful designs carried by Archer and Olive, and as always, you can use my affiliate code Delphine10 for 10% off your Archer and Olive order. First up, and this is the most classic option in my opinion, you can use your traveler's notebook as a travel journal. Last September, I went to Slovenia and I decided to bring my traveler's notebook as my travel companion. I added my itinerary on the left and glued some of my favorite pictures from my trip to act as my cover page. For my photos, I personally printed them on my Canon IV, but there are a ton of different mini printers on the market. I can print little collages with this one, and the paper is sticky, which I'm not gonna lie, is actually useful. But throughout your travels, you can glue printed photos, postcards, tickets, maps, and different items collected along the way. You basically transform your journal into a scrapbook. You can add doodles, decorative washi tape, and most importantly, write down how your day went, your favorite parts of your day, and your thoughts. I find that the Traveler's Notebook is a great option for documenting your adventures because it's a little bit more slick than a typical A5 notebook, which means it can fit easily in your luggage and in your day bag. You could totally start writing down your thoughts throughout the day at a cafe or on a train, and then add a little collage of your favorite pictures and items you collected later that night. Make sure you grab brochures from the different sites you visit, like national parks, museums, and castles, but also maps of the different cities you visit. You'll truly be able to transform your journal into a collection of souvenirs of your trip with all of those pieces you accumulated. As you can see, I did not add the same amount of decorative elements and doodles each day, but that's okay. I hope this still inspired you to bring your journal on your next travels. Up next, you could totally use a traveler's notebook as a reading journal. This is an option that I used last year, and you can actually watch me set up this reading journal on Archer and Olive's YouTube channel if you'd like to see the entire creation process. There are plenty of book-related spreads you can create despite the pages being not as wide as your typical A5. One of my tricks is to build a double page spread. That way you even have more space than if you were to use a single page of your A5. What I love the most about using a traveler's notebook dedicated to reading was the fact that I didn't have to write pages and pages for a review to feel complete. I personally dedicated 1 page per book, writing down its title, author, page number, rating, summary, and a few sentences about my thoughts. And I'd also sometimes add a favorite quote as well. Using a traveler's notebook felt more manageable to me, which is why I think that if you enjoy writing short reviews, you might enjoy this format as well. However, if setting up your own reading journal from scratch feels overwhelming, I highly recommend you check out Archer and Olive's reading journals. They come with pre-filled spreads and prompts to accompany you on your reading journey. They're great if you're looking for more structure and more spreads to fill without having to set them up yourself. In the A5 format, you have the space for 32 book reviews with a total of 4 pages per book. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit of a longer review than what I'm used to, but I've really been enjoying the structure it provides, and there's no obligation to fill every single line. I also love that the end of the reading journal focuses on reflection and favorites. Finally, let's chat about using a traveler's notebook as a daily diary. It may seem simple, but it might actually be one of the most impactful ways to use a journal. Making sure you write down what's bothering you, your goals, or the mundane things you feel grateful for can genuinely help you change your perspective and support your mental well-being. For me, using the traveler's notebook format works well for this because the narrower pages make it more attainable for me to journal more often. Filling a smaller page only takes a few minutes of writing, and you don't actually have to fill an entire page to feel the benefits of writing down your thoughts. On busy days, you could simply spend 5 minutes responding to a prompt like the ones I wrote on my blog on Archer and Olive's website. But don't feel pressured to have to journal every single day, and it's okay and normal for not all days to look the same. So there you have it, 3 different ways to use a traveler's notebook. I hope this video made you realize how versatile traveler's notebooks are, and I'd love to know which of these 3 ways resonates more with you. Do you prefer a travel journal, a reading journal, or the simple daily diary? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!